It's the debate of the year, maybe the defining debate of our time. Stimulus versus austerity. Which one will revive the economy? That is, unless you think both sides are wrong. Pierre Fournier says the debate is irrelevant. He's a geopolitical analyst at National Bank Financial, and he joins us from Montreal this morning. Pierre, delighted to have you. Explain to us why everybody is talking about the wrong thing. Why is this debate irrelevant?
Well, I think we're facing structural problems right now in Western economies. We're facing problems of very strong global competition, of deindustrialization. We're losing control over our innovation processes. Education and R&D are going down. The debt is structural. So we have structural problems, and we need structural solutions. I think this debate about short-term austerity versus stimulus, that's the kind of debate that politicians want to have and some of the economists want to have, but I think that is irrelevant.
Will structural fixes make enough of a difference, or is the developed world on an irreversible course toward lower growth?
I think there is a degree of inevitability in this slower growth, but the right policies, including putting the focus again back on education, R&D, and innovation, including dealing with structural debt and structural employment, I think that could be extremely helpful. But there's no doubt that on a relative basis, the emerging countries will grow faster than the developed countries.
Pierre, Angela Merkel was hailed for taking a hard line in Europe. David Cameron and George Osborne have been praised for implementing austerity measures in Britain. Is that to say they're wrong? They shouldn't be doing that stuff?
No, it's not to say they're wrong, but Angela Merkel right now stands at 19% in the polls. It does tell you that there are some serious challenges from a political perspective to deal with problems in a structural way, or to start reducing the debt. The problem is that the political culture is very short term. You have a 4-year election cycle in Europe, a 2-year election cycle in the U.S., and it's going to be very tough for the politicians to convince the population that these tough measures need to be made. The risk is, of course, that Angela Merkel will lose the next election and that the Social Democrats will reverse what she's been trying to do.
Pierre, if in fact you're right, we are all prisoners to politics, and you're also correct that this debate over stimulus versus austerity doesn't matter in the long run, where do you put your money? If you look at the developed world, I still like the U.S. over the rest of Europe, over Japan. I like India as opposed to China. I think it's going to be difficult to make money in China, even though China may very well outgrow India. I much prefer South America, most countries anyway, to Africa. I like the mega trends, if you like. And megatrends are basically the basic socio-economic necessities for emerging countries. Energy, water, they have to deal with water shortages, food shortages. I think, sure, you're going to sell more Mercedes in India and China, but I think the basic socio-economic necessities of these countries are going to drive the markets for the next decade. Pierre, great to have you here in the Inside Track. Pierre Fournier of National Bank Financial.